welcome to TCV Law series. So today in our class we'll be dealing with chapter 3 of the Indian Patent Act. Now before moving on to the class, I'd like to inform you all that I am taking this class only for those who have started to study IPR. So therefore I'll be going in a slow and steady manner. So come, let's go see what this chapter talks about. Now before moving on to this chapter, I'd like to inform that this particular chapter talks about applications for patent. Now we have to see that there are two types of applications. One is national application and the other one is international application. So national application is where you directly go to the patent office in India and do the procedures. So that is only you are applying for patent only in India. Whereas when it comes to international application, that is where you do your application through Patent Cooperation Treaty and other conventions applications. Now, why do you have this Patent Cooperation Treaty or why do you file international application? So that is basically to get priority date. Now, in case you're filing an international application through PCT and designating India, then that application will be considered to be an application under the Indian Patent Act only if you're filing a corresponding application before the controller in India. And next aspect is that international filing date. So the day you're filing an application under PCT in India will be considered to be as the international filing date when it comes to international application. So not just in India, this PCT, many countries are members in it, like more than 153 countries are members to this Patent Cooperation Treaty. So wherever you are filing, first time where you are filing, so supposing first time filing this PCT application in USA, then that particular date will be considered as the international filing date. Now let's go see the direct procedure that is taking place with regard to the Indian Patent Act.
Now, every application will be for a single invention. So that is mentioned in form 1 and it has to be accompanied by provisional specification or by a complete specification. So this is mentioned in form 2. Now where will you file this application? So it has to be filed in the patent office. So where do we have patent offices in India? There are 4 patent offices. That is, one is in Delhi, another is in Mumbai, another is in Kolkata and the other is in Chennai. So we have totally 4 patent offices and you can apply it with regard to your geographical location. And who can file? So it can be filed by 3 people. For those 3 people, the first and foremost is the true and first inventor, the next is the assignee and the next is the legal representative. So who is the true and first inventor? So true and first inventor is the person who invented that particular invention. So he invented it, that's why true and first inventor. The next person is assignee. Assignee is somebody to whom the true and first inventor has assigned or in behalf of whom he is going to apply for patent. So suppose I am inventing a particular product and I am very busy that I don't have time to go and apply for patent in the patent office. Then I am asking my friend to go and apply. So then I have assigned my friend to apply for patent. That's where assignee comes up. Or in case of companies also, suppose the entire company won't go and apply for a patent, right? Some employee who is assigned, then he'll only go and apply for it, right? So that's where assignee comes up. So that's the very reason why only in case of assignee, he has to provide proof. In other cases, proof is not needed. Whereas in assignee, that particular person has to show proof that he has been assigned by the true and first inventor to apply for patent. The next person is legal representative. So you all know what is meant by a legal representative. So suppose this true and first inventor, before he is able to apply for patent, he passes away. Then his legal representative will apply for patent. Now, when it comes to true and first inventor, he has to say that he is in possession of the invention. Right? So he invented it, so he has to have the invention with him. So he has to say he is in possession of the invention. Whereas when it comes to assignee and legal representative, they have to give a declaration stating that they believe the invention to be in possession of the true and first inventor. So they have to give a particular declaration that I believe the invention is with this particular person, whom that is the true and first inventor. Now this declaration will be in a prescribed form. Like here there is a particular form. The same way when it comes to declaration also has to be given in a prescribed form, and it has to be accompanied only with complete specification or after a particular period of filing the complete specification. So here you have to keep in mind that this declaration will be there only with complete specification and not with provisional specification. Now the next important aspect comes when you are applying for a particular patent, the same invention in a foreign country. Then within 6 months of the date of filing of the application in the foreign country, he has to provide that particular information to the Indian Patent Office. Moreover, he has to keep on updating what all the proceedings that are taking place in that particular foreign country's patent office to the Indian Patent Office. Till how long? Till he gets patent in India. So till that time he has to keep on saying whatever procedure is taking place there to the Indian Patent Office. So that's all we see as of today.
Okay guys, now let's have a quick recap as to what we learned today. So today in our class, we saw there are two types of applications, that is national and the other one is international. And moving on to the national aspect, we saw where the application has to be filed, who can file the application, and then in case the applicant files an international application or in case he files an application in a foreign country, then what all procedure he has to do. So thank you guys for watching this video. So in case you guys like my class, then please to like and subscribe to my channel. And wish you all a very happy and safe Diwali.